everybody. Happy Tuesday. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the PHNX Coyotes Podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah here with PD, Craig, Sean, and Sean Durzi, one of the newest Arizona Coyotes defensemen. Sean, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you for having me, guys. I'm excited.
First of all, where are you right now, and what have you been up to for the past few months?
Yeah, so I'm living in Toronto right now. I do all my training up here, kind of see my family. I grew up around here, so it's kind of nice to see everybody back home, all my friends, family, and guys I grew up with. So it's awesome. I mean, I'm having a great summer training, and it's been a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, I mean, an eventful summer too, as well, as you got traded to Arizona. Have you had the opportunity to speak to Bill Armstrong and maybe even Coach Cherney about what the opportunity is here in Arizona?
Yeah, actually, I mean, the day everything kind of went down, I got a good opportunity to speak with both of them. We kind of talked about how we'll get in more detail when season gets closer and I'm kind of in Arizona. So I'm going to be there in the next little bit, and I'm sure we'll kind of touch on everything once again. But it was good conversations. I mean, both great guys, kind of what they explained to me about just what it's like being in Arizona, how much they think I'm going to love it, and just the culture of the team and the direction the team's gone. And I've said it before, it's really exciting, especially for a guy like myself with ambitions of hopefully winning one day. It's you want to be in an organization that kind of has those goals, has that ambition, and is building the right culture to get there. So, I mean, I'm pumped.
Sean, you mentioned you're in Ontario right now, but you also played in Ontario and California. So as Petey mentioned off air, I asked the hard-hitting questions. How sad are you that you missed the opportunity to be Paul Bissonnette's teammate in Ontario by 2 seasons?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of stories from the guys who've got the chance to cross paths with him, and they've only had good things, honestly. I've heard he's a great roommate, great teammate, and unlucky I missed him, but I know he's a big Yotes fan, so hopefully I'll get a chance to meet him here soon.
Yeah, you'll probably get more than your fill of him at some point.
But did you cross paths with Boko down there?
Yeah, I did, actually.
Yeah,
that was one of my best friends.
Roadrunner favorite.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, let's get into basically your season and this situation in Arizona. It looked like you were finding a groove under Todd McClellan in LA. He praised your improved defensive play. So I'm wondering, did the trade take you by surprise when it went down, or did you maybe see the writing on the wall given LA's cap situation and the logjam that they had on the right side with Drew Doughty, Matt Roy, Brant Clark coming up, and Jordan Spence as well?
I mean, maybe a little bit of both. I know that I'm kind of looking at the situation as Arizona kind of wanted me to come in, so it's a good way to look at proving them right and kind of proving their belief in me to be, true. And you want to back that up, obviously. But
yeah,
kind of just looking at the playoffs, I think the whole year I was playing top 4 minutes, and I was really happy with my role there. I was playing the left side. It was a new learning experience for me. We were competing, in a playoff spot all year, competing for first place in not only the West but the Pacific. And it was a really fun year. But as the playoffs kind of rolled around, you saw kind of my minutes go down as I went back to the right side, and maybe it was tough for me to kind of get in the groove of things down the stretch. But I mean, you look at this as, or at least I do, as Arizona kind of having that belief in me and wanting to bring me in. So I think me proving their decision right is a big focus for me right now, and proving that I can be the player that I really want to be, and that they kind of believe that I can be. So it's how I'm looking at it, not so much as LA kind of dumped me off, but more as if Arizona's kind of bringing me in to have a role there and help them win hockey games.
You talk about last season, you spent most of last season on the left side. You're a right-handed defenseman on a team that has a lot of right-handed defensemen, and you get traded to a team that has a lot of right-handed defensemen. So have you had those conversations with the head coach yet? Do you see yourself, do they see yourself on the right side? Like I watched your puck retrievals today as you go back in the zone, or how you lug the puck up the ice, and you clearly could see that you want to get the puck on your forehand. Are you more suited to playing on the right side?
I've played the right my whole life, and I think last year going into the season well, my first year, honestly, I played because of injuries, and I got the opportunity, and I tried to just make the most of it, and I think I did. So it was a big part of that was playing on the right, being comfortable where I was, and then going into last year, you look at the roster, the guys who are injured are back, and they're all signed for pretty good money for multiple years, and you got to find a way to play on a team that, especially in this league, you got to be adaptable. And you look at the minutes you want to get or in the top four, and obviously there was an opening on the left, I thought maybe, and I kind of just adapted to the situation. I said I was open to playing the left, and I was lucky enough they gave me the opportunity to. And I mean, I can't say it was easy at times, but by the end of the year, I thought, down the stretch in that playoff race, I felt really good. And I thought me and my partner at the time, Matt Roy, were playing really good hockey together. And yeah, I mean, so it's another tool I have in my toolbox. Obviously, I can play both. I love either side. I mean, I grew up playing the right. I'm more comfortable on the right, but having that kind of in the back of, my toolbox is awesome. So I think, like I said, any opportunity that comes to me, I'm kind of ready to face it. And we'll see. I'm sure Bear will let me know pretty quickly, and what their plan is for me, and who knows down the stretch where you need guys. So I'm ready for anything.
Petey mentioned one of the challenges, but when you're playing the offside, maybe you can take us inside what that's like. What are the challenges for right-handed defensemen playing the left side?
Yeah, it's completely. It honestly feels like a whole new position. It's the way you see the ice, the way you make passes, the way you take passes, the way you retrieve pucks. It's being comfortable, kind of opening your hips on that side and defending, especially on the rush. It's a whole new way. You pivot towards the boards, you pivot towards the middle. It feels like a whole new position, and especially just in that system in LA where. They always had, we were a really structured team where the right defenseman always retrieved the puck. So the left defenseman would, check forward and things like that. So it was a really big learning curve for myself. A lot of video, I'd say, watch a game 2, maybe 3 times, just go through my shifts. And then watching other guys in the league. I think there's been a lot of success of guys who have played the offside. And, you look at Yossi seasons, the few that he's had that are almost record-breaking numbers there, he's played the offside and just the way he does it. So I think watching other guys do it, watching myself, everything from shooting pucks from the point, retrieving pucks, it's a whole new, obviously something you get used to, but when you get thrown into the fire, it's especially at this level, it's difficult. So, I mean, I'm happy. I'm really, really grateful for the opportunity, and I can't say that I'm really happy I got to learn that. So it's really, really good to have in my toolbox.
Sean, this I don't know if you saw the headline. I'm sure you were scrolling through YouTube today and saw the headline of our show. We called you, and this put the pressure on you right away. We called you Yandle 2.0, and we put a question mark on that. And I guess the comparison is Keith Yandle, smooth skater, moved the puck extremely well, walked the blue line really well, talented on the power play, could play at the top of the power play and distribute offensively. You've played pro now for 4 years. What's your game? What can Coyote fans expect to see out of your game? What kind of defenseman are you?
Yeah, I saw that headline. Actually, I was laughing when I saw that. He's a pretty good player. So, I mean, I can see the comparison, but obviously throwing myself as Yandle 2.0 is maybe a bit much right now. I kind of got to work for that. So, I loved watching him. I mean, he's a great player, great passer, just master of assists. I'd say he'd always put pucks in the right spots, and everybody thinks it's easy when you just pass to players and they shoot it in the net, but you watch Yandle, the way he put it. He gave a one-time pass always in the sweet spot. I don't know if he talked to guys about it, but just from a hockey fan's point, he's a kind of guy who really knew how to get assists, and I mean, I'd love to do that. So, yeah, I mean, my game is just a puck-moving guy, kind of rounding it out well, though. It's a lot of you look how important special teams are nowadays. I think a really, really big part of my game is being reliable, not only on the power play, which, I think that I've at least been known for since I've entered the league, but just my penalty killing, my ability to block shots, get in the lane, and kind of show that I can do both in any situation. I think a really, really big focus of mine is, okay, you want to enter the league, then you want to see if you can play in every situation, and that's kind of the goal. And obviously to have a guy you can trust on the power play, penalty kill, and 5-on-5 is the ultimate goal. You see all the best defensemen in the world can do it. And I mean, just from my first year to last year to the summer, I can see myself kind of really, really trying to round out my game and focusing on, really hammering down on the things that I think I need to work on.
Some analysts have described your game, and they described Keith Yandle's game this way while he was here, as high risk, high reward. First of all, do you even think that's a fair evaluation? And if so, have you tried to modify it in any way to maybe remove some of that risk?
I mean, you look at the elite defensemen in the world, they have risk. It's you want to make a play to win a game. It's not being afraid of making mistakes. It's really putting that on yourself to either make the play or not make the play, and not being afraid of that. And I think that's something I have in my game for sure, is I'm not afraid to kind of just want to be the guy to make the play. And, sometimes it doesn't work out, but that's sports. It's kind of modifying that to where there's a time and a place. Obviously, if you can make a play in every single big moment, you would, but down the stretch, if you need a point late in the third period and it's a tie game, I don't think it's a good time to be risking a pinch at the blue line or things like that. So that's obviously something you want to modify, but the risk, it's something you can't be afraid of, especially if you want to be a good player in this league. You look at the guys who, they try to beat guys one-on-one all the time. They make high-risk plays, and, a lot of the times for those great players, they work out. So it's having that confidence in yourself to make those plays. Sometimes it doesn't work out, obviously, and, you hate to be on that end of it, but it's how you bounce back from that to kind of be able to trust yourself to make the play the next time that I think is really important, and something that has kind of got me to this point in my career and I'll continue with. It's having that kind of ability to bounce back from any mistakes you make and instill that confidence in yourself, no matter what the circumstance, no matter what the time, that you can be the guy to make the play.
You mentioned being on the power play. Last season, 16 of your 38 points came on the power play. What makes you so effective in that role?
Yeah, I didn't know that stat. That's a good stat. So, yeah, maybe try to get some more 5-on-5 points this year. But no, I think power play, it's something that you really, really got. Like I said, it's a lot of studying, it's a lot of video, and I think the biggest thing for me was communication. I think you look at our units last year in LA, it was kind of a 1-2 punch. You say you have our highest paid players on the top unit, but you look at the production we had in the second unit, and, we've talked about it throughout the year. We competed with them throughout the year. It was a 1-2 punch, which is really, really a big part of our success. I think we were top 3 power play in the league last year. But the biggest focus, I think, was communication. It's simply just talking to your teammates, talking to guys where they like pucks, where you're going to be when they're in trouble, and having that trust in your teammates to make the play without even looking. Sometimes he's going to be there. So a lot of this game's so fast now. It's puck movement. It's, getting shots from dangerous areas. It's, you don't have time to look and make a play, and teams adjust and move so quick that if you talk to a guy, where he wants the puck, where he's going to be, you can snap it around pretty quickly. That it's you look at, Edmonton, obviously they have those guys, but they know exactly where they're going to be, and they snap it around so quick, and they get shots off so quick. But it's just talking to each other, and I train with those guys now, and I see how much they talk to each other about it. They're working on it throughout the summer, so I'm excited to kind of get down to Arizona, talk to those guys. Talk about systems, talk to the coaching staff, and just get a good feel of my teammates and where they like things, how we can be better together. And that's the fun part of the season is kind of working through that.
I have a off the wall question. You go back and what's that?
Shocking.
Yeah, I know. Here we go. I don't follow the script.
Is this where we get weird? Or
yeah,
probably.
I don't follow the script
Petey
very
usually
well.
takes us there. Yeah.
I literally don't read the questions till I get here. So sorry. You're in Toronto and you're training. You're a Toronto area native. Grew up in Ontario. You get to your draft day in 2018, and lo and behold, who picks you? The Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Picked you in the draft. Being the hometown kid getting picked by the Toronto Maple Leafs in the second round, and then, before you really get going in pro hockey, we're going to trade you to Los Angeles. What's that like going, like you never had the opportunity to put on the Maple Leaf other than when they put the sweater on you on stage, to go from the hometown kid to, oh gosh, I got to go to Hollywood. What's that like?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. So I sat through my first draft in 2017 and I didn't get picked. And I think when 2018 rolled around, hearing names come off the board, I was having a little bit of PTSD where I was just like, somebody just call my name. And I think I was walking down to the floor, not even realizing it was Toronto. And then it hit me when I was shaking everyone's hand. And it was cool to kind of get drafted to your own team. And, you know, after you see your family, you're like, oh my God, it's the Leafs. And you know, everybody grew up loving them. So that was an awesome experience. But the trade, I mean, it was a different experience because I didn't really know anybody in Toronto. I knew the staff and I knew the development, you know, people that have worked with me throughout my time there. But I didn't build many relationships with players because frankly, I never played with them. So it was a different experience. But I was excited for LA in the warm weather when, you know, the assistant GM at the time called me and told me to look out my window, and it was a snowstorm, and I was kind of puzzled. And
that'll do it.
And then he said, I asked him, I said, are you outside? He said, no. He goes, I just want you to take a good look at the snow because you're not going to be getting much of that anymore. So I was laughing, and I appreciated that part. But yeah, that was a weird experience for me.
And you come here then, and you played in LA last year, so you played inside Mullet Arena. And I don't know how well you know your history, but the Los Angeles Kings aren't very well liked here in the desert. You go back to 2012 and Dustin Brown, and that's a whole nother story, but they're not well liked here. What's that going to be like going from an LA Kings sweater to a Kachina sweater inside a unique building in the National Hockey League? Have you thought about what that experience is going to be like, having that as your home ice team?
Yeah, I mean, what I can tell you is playing in Mullet Arena wasn't easy last year. I know we lost that game, and I probably won't forget it because it was one of the hardest games of the year, to be honest with you. And I'm happy to be on the other side of it now, so it's exciting for me. But yeah, I mean, like I said, when I played in LA, I gave them my everything, and you know, I'm a player with a lot of passion and kind of put my heart into the team. And now that I'm with Arizona, it's kind of it's flipped the switch. It's I'm going to give this team everything. And, you know, LA was great experience, but, you know, now it's in the past. So it's, I'm going to do everything I can to help this team, obviously. And, you know, I'm going to bring kind of what I do and my passion for winning games and my team to Arizona. So I'm pumped to put on that jersey. It's, you know, best jersey in the league. And it's exciting.
Couple more questions for you, Sean, and we'll let you go. Do you know anybody on this team other than Matt Vialta? And have you had a chance to talk to any of the guys on the team?
Actually, Stetchy.
Yeah, he played 13 games in LA. That's right.
Yeah, he did. And when I got traded, he actually messaged me before he even signed there, and he told me, you know, you're absolutely going to love it. And, you know, said some really nice things, not only about the organization, but about the city. And, you know, he's really a first-class guy. So I'm pumped to be back with him. But no, I don't know anyone. I mean, crossed paths with Bear Hayton a couple times in the summer. I know he trains around here, so
yep.
I've seen him. But for the most part, it'll be you know, meeting everybody for second time. I met a few guys actually this summer already, and but most of the guys will be for the first time.
Well, make sure you get to know Stan and Jim O'Neill. If you got, and I'm sure you've talked to Jimmy enough, but once you know Jim O'Neill and Stan Wilson, your bases are covered in the state of Arizona, so you're fine. So if you got a leg up with those guys, you'll be okay here in the desert.
But what I was going to say is you'll have the opportunity to get to know everyone pretty well because the team is going to Australia next month, a month from now, actually. Have you been to Australia? Do you know anything about Australia at all?
No, but I'm excited. I think it was funny when I got the call telling me I was traded. One of the first things that I thought about was, you know, damn, no Australia anymore. And then I realized that I'm still going to Australia.
It's crazy.
So I'm just going to be on the other side of it. No, I don't know much about Australia. I've heard a lot of good things. I know a lot of people from Toronto, just friends I grew up with, moved there and worked there for a couple of years. Seems to be a trend around here, but I'm excited. Other than the spiders and that stuff.
They're fine. They're not in the city, really. It's
And-
only
and-
if you go out.
So
to
we've been
nature.
told.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we have
and
but
kangaroos, but
yeah,
They're around.
but
Yeah.
we do
you, guys
have
ever seen you ever seen an angry kangaroo? I've been looking at pictures this summer.
Yeah, some of those are. So I've been to Australia, and some of the kangaroos are massive. But you just see wallabies around, like as if you saw
What's a
deer
wallaby?
in Ontario.
What's a
In
wallaby?
Oh,
Melbourne.
it's like a smaller looking kangaroo. Yeah,
We're going to see those in Melbourne.
yeah.
We
Not
are?
like
Crazy
in
to
this,
me.
not like downtown, but if
Okay.
you go a little bit out, they're just
Not
there.
going to be wandering the hallways where
No.
we're staying. Okay, I'm just making sure.
I just wanted the last thing for me, Sean. You talked about your 24-year-old kid. You're still finding a way in this league. You're still on your way up. You look around the locker room and you've got Clayton Keller, you've got Logan Cooley, you've got some young guys coming up through this organization. And I know league-wide, you hear all this outside noise as Arizona sucks and their team sucks, organization sucks. When you look around this, do you see hope? Do you see this team's going the right direction? I know you mentioned it earlier, but I just want our fans to hear, this is going the right direction.
When I had the first conversations with Bill and Bear, I knew right away that this was going to be a great thing. And I think a big part, like I said, is, what they're building around in the culture. You look at the young players, it's top end talent. But more importantly, it's the character that I think that they really touched on. It's the guys they're bringing in. It's not so much, not so focused on what they can do on the ice, but the people they can be. And this game isn't like, a lot of other sports where you can have one superstar and, win the championship. It's a team sport, and it's really, really important to kind of have the right guys as a team. So, for me, it's perfect. It's amazing. It's everything you could ask for as a 24-year-old defenseman coming in, and you look at the coaching staff, the culture, the organization, management, all that stuff, the city, everything you want is here right now, and it's really, really exciting. As an Arizona fan, I think it's a really exciting time. You look at the talent that's coming up. You look at the team and the guys, and like I said, just what they're building around is really, really cool, and it's really, really special. So I think that's something that I was really excited about when I heard I was coming to Arizona, and that's something I'm still excited about.
Awesome. Well, Sean, we can't thank you enough for your time today, and looking forward to meeting you in a couple weeks, either in Arizona or down under.
Yeah, these two are going to be on the plane for 16 hours, so I'm sure you'll get to know them. They're leaving me here. They don't trust me to go on the road anymore, so I'll be sitting here. But you'll get plenty of time to meet them.
I'll be drugged up and sleeping
Will
the
you?
entire flight, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping. So,
Prescription? Never
I
mind.
don't want to
Anyway,
talk about that. All right.
thanks
Sean,
so
thank
much,
you for
Sean.
doing
Thanks,
this.
Sean.
Really
Appreciate it,
Really
man.
appreciate it.
Thanks for
We'll see you
having
soon.
me, guys. It's nice to finally talk to all of you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Take care.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again to Sean Durzi for joining us in his time. Lots to get into about that still. But before we do, before we go to Australia, Craig, we got to get in all the illegal Pete's we can.
Did you guys eat it all yesterday? Because I had to leave early.
I know you
I
did.
had a feeling
When
nobody would leave
the
anything
illegal
for me.
Pete's comes in and it hits your nose, and it's like, man, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I got to get to Illegal Pete's before Coyotes games this season. That will be my goal. But you can stop by Illegal Pete's anytime because they have happy hour from 3 to 8 p.m. every day. That's an unbelievable happy hour. Today's Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. Stop by. If you haven't tried Illegal Pete's, go. You can customize your bowl, your burrito, whatever it is. There's something for you. It's your go-to spot this summer, so stop by. Like I said, happy hours 3 to 8 p.m. at all 12 locations. Illegal Pete's has 2 locations in Arizona, Mill Ave, and University in Tucson.
Which school is that?
The U of A.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The go-to Illegal Pete's is the go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beer for 28 years. And man, last night, if you were watching that D-backs game, if you were betting on it, you were sweating down to the wire. But what an end it was! And if you bet the D-backs, what a payoff that would have been for them to get that win last night. Sean, I'm going to throw it to you. Sean, obviously, is a co-host on the PHNX D-backs show. I'm just assuming, is your BetMGM pick of the week to do with the D-backs?
Oh, of course it is.
Okay.
The The Rangers are really, really good, so I'm not necessarily brave enough to pick the Diamondbacks to win tonight, but I am going to make my pick of the week. Zach Gallen over on strikeouts. It's only at 5.5. The Rangers strike out a lot, or at least they have over the last month. And Zach Gallen shoves. He's the best pitcher in the National League. So,
and what is that? Is that plus money?
No, it's minus 120, but it's still.
Are you betting it right now?
I'm going to bet it right now.
All right.
I trust him.
There you go.
He's on the bet show for a
by
reason.
the way, Sean DePaz.
Yeah.
Now I can use your name again.
They are.
So
now that we don't have to get confused with the two Seans. So that's Sean's pick of the week. PD is taking it right now live as we sit here. And if you want to bet on that too, you can do so right now on the BetMGM app. If you haven't signed up yet, use the bonus code PHNX when you do. There's a few different offers depending on where you live. But for our Arizona audience, place your first bet offer and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets. If it loses, you can check out the show notes for full details. And now you can listen to Shane talk about the disclaimer.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus to wager. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-522-4700 Nevada. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., Kansas, Nevada, New York, or Ontario.
So, Sean Durzi, what a great guy. What a great interview. I feel like he really knows what he brings to the table and knows what, he needs to work on. It's
and
cool.
that's what I'm interested in, right? Is the evolution. Like a lot of people can look sometimes these types of players, and PD, you know this from covering Keith Yandle, they can be lightning rods, right? These guys who do make those high risk plays. And I think if you look at what's happening in at the junior level too, they don't get the opportunity to play in NHL situations as much. So that's part of the reason why I think NHL defensemen are taking longer to evolve into the complete player. So as a 24-year-old, obviously there's still time for Sean Durzi. But when you look at this guy right now, when you dive into his play, where are those areas where he's going to have to shore it up to be a regular in this lineup?
Yeah, one of the things they need is offense first and foremost. They really do. This is a team that struggled to have that offensive defenseman that really puts up numbers. And you can go back to, Oliver Ekman-Larsson early in his career maybe, but they haven't had that guy that could throw over the boards. And now they're expecting some offense out of Dumba. Durzi's going to have to carry the load offensively. They're the guy when they're down a goal and they pull the goalie, Durzi's going on the ice. So I think the offensive side he'll take care of. The thing you get concerned about for a guy, and let's be honest, he's not a big, huge, solid defenseman. You've got at the back end of the Arizona Coyotes, Dumba can hit, and now you've got Brown. After that, Stetch's small stature. Valimaki and Moser are similar in size, but they're not big, hulking defensemen. So I think for Durzi, it's going to have to be his ability to read defense schemes inside the blue line. But the biggest issue / concern, and he mentioned it, is in the LA Kings play a 1-3-1 in the neutral zone. And I know we won't spend a lot of time being techie, but that means one defenseman goes back and gets the puck, and then the other three guys hold the blue line so that guy has time to get the puck.
Right.
Coyotes don't do that. The Coyotes are going to attack at the blue line, and good luck, because when you go back to retrieve, somebody's coming, and they're going to be right on your back. So I think for him, early it's going to be that adjustment of that system. He talked about it. He used to have to stand up because he'd play left D, and left D would lock the left side, which means he'd stay at the blue line and have to have physical confrontation there. Now he's going to be asked to retrieve the puck under pressure, which he didn't do much last year. Yeah. So I think that adjustment's going to come to him. I think he reads the rush pretty well. He's got a pretty good stick. He skates well enough to read the rush. So I don't think that's going to be a huge concern.
Yeah, Todd McClellan talked about that, his improvement in those areas. Go ahead, sorry.
It's his play around the net front, because it's that area around the blue paint now is becoming more and more important in this NHL. Tips, screens, that battle 3 feet from the blue paint. How well can he defend that area at his size going against some of these big, strong, wingers? So that will be the biggest thing that I'm going to look for early.
With a player that isn't bigger in stature, what are the keys there for net front for defending?
Well, he's got to get there first. Yeah. It's foot position. You've got to get to that area where the play is going to be. So you need to win those quick foot races to the front of the net. Then it's about your stick. Controlling your stick so you control the bigger player's stick. He's not going to muscle some of these players out in front of the blue paint. He's just not. He physically can't. So you got to control their stick. Can he get under the stick and eliminate their stick so it's not available for tips and screens? You can still be a really good... Troy Stetcher is a small stature guy, but he can defend extremely well because he's got a good stick and he's quick enough on his feet to get to areas he needs to get to. Durzi can.
Yeah.
Here's the difference too, though. when a teacher tells you can't spell over and over and over again, guess what? You become a bad speller. If you have a coach telling you can't defend over and over and over again, you can't defend. I think the positive influence that he's going to get from this coaching staff and this team, hey, you're just one of us. You're on board for all this. You can defend, and he's going to get more confidence. I think we're going to see a different side of him this year because he's going to be so confident. One, in the amount of ice time, and one, the other area is this is a team, and they all do it together, and I really think that's going to help his game grow.
One more follow from me on the simply playing the right side. When you talk about going back and retrieving pucks, how much of an advantage is that going to be for him? How much more time does it give you just knowing you're going back
well,
on?
When you come up ice on the left-hand side, as a right-hander, when you get out of the pile and you're looking up ice, you're on your backhand.
Yeah.
And you just, it's harder to make a good pass, a good distance pass. So his first movement is always to switch to his forehand. Well, that takes time. Okay. And time and space are a big commodity in this league, and somebody's going to catch you. So now, as soon as he gets that puck in that right-hand side corner, he's going to be looking up ice on his forehand. Much quicker to get the pucks out of the zone. He can skate the puck up the ice on his forehand, so he can deliver passes much easier from that side of the puck. You mentioned before the show, the last defenseman here who really flourished on his offside was Niklas Hjalmarsson. Yeah. And his ability. But when you go back and look at his game, Hjalmarsson was a defender, and he defended, and he liked his reach on the rush being on his offhand. That's why he enjoyed playing the right side. He felt he could control the play better with his stick. It wasn't about, can Hjalmarsson get the puck up the ice?
No.
Or can he move the puck on the blue line?
Right. And at the offensive blue line, it was an issue for him, too, if you remember.
For sure. That's why he didn't get to play with Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
Yep.
Because you couldn't get him the puck, because you're slapping at a backhand. Now you're going to have, that's why it's better to have a right and left, because inside the blue line, they can maneuver the puck better. I think he is going to, his confidence and everything is going to take a step offensively because he's going to get the opportunity to start at least on his right-hand side. But he did say he can play left, and there are going to be times when this team needs a goal, and you could see Dumba and Durzi jump over the boards, and you're going to see two right-handed shots jumping over. So that allows him to be much more versatile, especially with a 7 defenseman set that Andre likes to run sometimes. Hey, you can get a guy out on his right or his left. Yeah. As injuries come up, as things come up, it's going to allow him to get more ice time.
Speaking of his confidence, one of the things that he mentioned that I just thought was an interesting perspective too was that he felt that Arizona really wanted him.
Yeah.
And if we go back 2 months, so much has happened between when this trade happened and now. Wow. So I feel like we haven't really just talked about why he even got traded here in the first place in a while, like just what Arizona and the Coyotes were looking for in acquiring a player like Sean Durzi.
Yeah, Bill Armstrong made this clear going into the offseason that things were going to be a little different. They were going to move away from the acquiring bad contracts, and trying to get draft assets. They were moving in a slightly different direction, trying to take a step forward with this core. But one of the things that he mentioned was trying to acquire younger players that fit their mold, that could grow with this core. And I think Sean Durzi's probably the first real example of that. This is a guy who, as Petey said, they're going to need his offense. He gives them something that they need. They need the power play time from him. So he's a 24-year-old defenseman. We know that that's young in the evolution of an NHL defenseman these days. He's a guy who can grow with this group. I saw some speculation, they'll flip him at the deadline. And listen, don't attack the Athletic writer, Alan Mitchell. I know him well. I don't think he intended it as, there's no way Arizona's going to hang on to him. But I don't think Sean Durzi is the type of player that they're looking to flip. Again, assuming that he develops the way they hope he develops this season, I think he's a guy who can grow with their existing core.
Yeah, absolutely. It's exciting.
Yeah, and I think it's really when you saw that trade, you started to see the turning of the page in the process of the rebuild.
It was kind of the first move after the draft.
It wasn't a guy that's maybe trying to find an NHL team or an older defenseman that hasn't been, doesn't have a team to play for, a big dead contract. It's holy shit, this kid's 24 and his whole future's ahead of him. Like he's on that. Oh, this team's doing that now. And with Logan Cooley coming, I think that's another one of those. Okay. There's something. Oh, you go out and sign Dumba. There are teams in the league right now looking at the Arizona Coyotes. Go, what are they doing there? Like it's interesting. And there are teams that are. I tell you what, we're not going to say the P word yet. I think it's a little early, but Sean Durzi signing or getting traded here was the start of the next phase of the rebuild.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fair.
By the way, two other things that stood out to me before we move on. One was talking about how playing at Mullet was one of the hardest games of the season. And we've heard that from a lot of opposing players who came into Mullet. So I thought that was really interesting. But the other thing, Troy Stetcher is like the official spokesperson,
right?
of the Arizona Coyotes.
Seriously.
Wow. He and the fact that he said that before he even re-signed here, I just thought that was really interesting too. So Troy Stetcher.
Yep. And he's got a great dog too.
We didn't get a chance to talk about his drip.
Does he have drip?
I don't know. I'm assuming he played for the LA Kings and he's from Toronto, so I'm thinking he's got a drip game. I would think.
We'll see.
All right. Well, we'll keep our eye on that. You watch the evolution of his game on the ice. I'll pay attention to the
drip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Coyote social media team. I need.
Well, you're going to be in Australia. That's going to be the first test of their drip, and not on the plane because they'll be all in sweats and t-shirts. But
all right,
when he gets on the ground in Australia on the red carpet.
Have
you thought about that yet? What you're going to wear on a flight for 16 hours?
No, but I'm gonna
not jeans.
Explore
jeans.
Yeah, it's got to be comfort.
Yeah.
It's got to be comfort.
Yeah, but and we're totally off the rails here. But when you get on the team plane and a player gets on a plane, what's the first thing that player does?
Strip
in the middle of the aisle.
Yeah,
they don't go to the bathroom. They're in the middle of the aisle, dude, and it's like they're in their underwear, and there's am I lying?
Nope.
They're in their underwear. There's 20 guys in the back of the plane in their underwear as they get ready to throw on their sweats and their jammies. So
this should
just
be
throwing that out to Leah.
To be clear, they're not just spending the flight in their underwear.
No,
they have changing.
Yeah, they put on pajamas, sweatpants,
not that I'm
running
aware
shorts.
Of.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they put on their workout clothes,
Gotcha.
shorts and a t-shirt.
And they don't get on the plane in that.
No, because one thing about hockey, when you get on the plane, you look nice, man.
Yeah,
you
might have somebody videotaping you
might have
as
somebody
you approach
see you,
the plane, so
which
you gotta
is
look good.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm telling. I
NFL
agree.
players do the same damn thing, but they dress
okay. It's not.
for
Yeah, listen,
comfort.
you're the one that's
and
pushing
style.
fashion all the time, so
No, look good.
let them have a runway.
All I
mean,
did though is when
it's
I
a
got on a
runway.
plane, I would take off my tie and put on slippers. I did not put on sweatpants, so I still had my suit on.
You put on rollerblades, buddy.
I had slippers.
Be honest.
I was active.
You were on rollerblades.
I wish you would have checked my steps on that plane, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I should have just
and
written a
as-
story about you.
Well,
Like,
as
how
we've
many
learned
laps you
about
did on a
PD
plane.
traveling to Nashville, that when you get to the gate, he does not sit down and he will just walk, and he'll like set an indoor walk workout.
He's a shark.
He
never
and
stops
Sean
moving.
walked a mile
Never
in the
stops moving.
Nashville airport.
Wait, I'm going to sit for 3 hours. What the do I want to sit there again? And I'm going to look at the same people I'm going to sit with for the next 4 hours? No,
Yeah,
I'm going to walk.
I don't have a whole lot of experience flying with like other people.
Yeah.
So I've never gotten to do that before because normally I have like a bunch of stuff I
And you're
carry
sitting.
around, and I'm just sitting there.
Yeah. Never.
Much better to walk.
Moving until they call the gate. A lot of times I get to there. I mean, I like being there early because I don't like the anxiety of being late. So I get there early.
Yep.
And there are times that I'm just like almost missed my plane because I'm walking and I go, okay, I probably should go by my gate again. Whoosh, they're boarding.
Last call.
Last call.
That's what happened to us.
Steve
We just
Peters?
walked up on it.
Yep,
we
we
didn't
walked
even
up.
know that. We just walked
See?
up and they were boarding. We were
No
like,
waiting.
perfect timing.
Oh, we're up. Okay.
Man.
Sorry.
Well, I'll let everybody know how the plane ride goes after. And this is why it's a great time to become a diehard, because a month from now, we'll be in Australia. A month after that, the season will be underway. We're almost there. We're in the final stretch. So become a diehard today. Join the family. You can join our diehard Discord. You can get 20% off merchandise, 20% off events. We're going to have lots of events coming up this season and new merchandise as well. Just throwing that out there. So one of the many perks, as well as Craig's weekly diehard only stories on the website at gophnx.com. And I know Craig has a ton of stories planned for Australia.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, people haven't been seeing quite as much writing from me recently, but just know, first of all, there's nothing happening.
Yeah.
But secondly, I'm doing a lot of planning, and
Do you have an interesting story coming up soon? That
I do.
I'm just teasing it.
I
I'm
can
not
say
saying
it now. I can say it now. We're
No.
deep enough into the week.
Are we getting? No, it's Tuesday. Let's wait another day.
Wait one more day.
Wait,
One
Okay.
more day.
All right,
Just,
one more
just
day.
know it's amazing.
It's worth turning in tomorrow to find out what his story is going to be.
Yes.
Woof.
There's a hint. Check out phnxlocker.com as
It's going to
well.
be amazing. I can't
and
wait.
grab your membership.
And
today.
can I do one more PHNX thing?
Yes.
The next what are we calling them? Roundtables, town halls. We're gonna have that.
Diehard only hangouts.
Is that what we're calling them? Diehard only hangout. Be
For now.
on the lookout if you're in the diehard, because there's another PD's town hall roundtable.
And it's a good topic.
coming
a lot
very
of, lot
soon.
of behind the scenes stuff in
Yeah,
that one.
and there might be another PD promo coming on the website as well. So
Oh yeah.
so just saying.
God.
PD's busy.
It is.
Yeah, he is.
Wait till I got
There's a
tomorrow.
lot.
I got Friday.
Yeah, there's a lot. He's up to a lot.
Jesus.
PD's always up to a lot. And PD he's always doing something. OGs helps take you down
he's doing
one
OGs.
level. Maybe you take an OGs before our next the next hangout. That could be fun.
Ooh.
Craig and I have been talking about taking an OGs before the 16-hour flight.
I love it.
Whatever situation you need OGs for, and not just always to calm you down. Sometimes you just want to
That's a show.
relax.
That's a town hall, the OGs show.
Like
Love
we
it.
take OGs. and
Yes,
just
the
talk.
three of us take OGs and we do a show
actually be
just for the
amazing.
diehards. Love it. I'm in.
And we're super excited because being a PHNX listener just got a lot sweeter thanks to our buds, no pun intended, except really, at OG's Brands, because right now through August 31st, you can get 25% off 100
How?
milligram bags of the fruits and the creams at all Arizona, the Flower Shop locations.
How?
All you have to do is go to theflowershopusa.com, place an online order, and use discount code PHNX at checkout. The code is on the screen right now. Then you can head to your nearest The Flower Shop location to pick up. And that's right, this deal is exclusive to our PHNX listeners. And reminder, it's available only for online orders that are picked up in person. Discount code PHNX is active until August 31st. So go get to #flavoringlife. Make sure you do this. It ends next week.
25%?
25% off.
Just by entering PHNX.
Yeah, online. And you just, it's like,
Oh,
you buy
buddy.
online, pick up in store. Easy.
For 25% off.
25% off. Yep. So check it out.
I can get behind that.
Well, you guys, we haven't done this in a while because
boy.
we've had
Oh, my anxiety levels.
a few different things. But
Do you know the questions?
do I know the questions?
You wrote the questions.
Yes.
Oh, you wrote them. I
Yeah.
thought he wrote them.
No.
No, he typed them.
So without further ado, it's our favorite weekly segment, Craig's especially. It's Trivia Tuesday. Heck yeah, it's been too long, it feels
We
like.
missed this theme song.
What is happening?
Oh, yeah, that was my phone. Sorry.
All right. Well,
I didn't mean to ruin the theme song.
It's Trivia Tuesday, and today's theme is
Australia?
Arizona Coyotes jersey numbers.
Oh, boy.
So buckle up,
Hang on. Opening that file.
No, you did.
don't cheat, and chat. Feel free to chime in. We're gonna start off on the easier side. So Sean, can you throw up the first Trivia Tuesday question? Logan Cooley will wear number 92. Name the two other players in Coyotes history to wear 92.
One we've got. Ilya Kolyachonok.
Yep.
Because that's the most recent.
Vladislav. But yeah.
Vladislav?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, Vladislav.
it's a Russian
I'm sorry.
sounding name.
Kolyachonok. So
I
that
looked this up the last time we did this, and now I can't remember.
It is a major player in Coyotes history.
Rick Tocchet.
Yes.
Yes,
Ding,
Rick
ding,
Tocchet.
ding.
Before he switched. That's right.
Got it. Okay. See, starting off a little bit easier. All right, Sean, what do we got for question 2? A current player wears a number that has never been worn before him. Who's the player and what's the number? This is a current Coyote player is wearing a number that's never been worn before on this team.
It's got to be in the 80s
It's got to be a high number
or
at least.
70s. It's got to be 70s or 80s, doesn't it?
You can look at the
I'm
current
looking at
roster.
the current roster.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sean Durzi, has anybody? Yeah, goalie would have worn 50.
Has anyone worn 63, Matthias Michelli's number?
Anybody wore 70?
Yes.
Karel Melka?
Yes.
No.
I can give you a hint. It's a defenseman.
I'm terrible at this. I always look this stuff up when I'm doing numbers.
Chat, feel free to chime in.
Anybody?
Brady guessed Soda, 77. Nope.
JJ Mosier?
Nope.
Number 90.
Somebody y'all talked about today already.
Yep.
Matt Dumba?
Nope.
24? That's got to be a common number.
Nope.
Durzi, 50?
Close.
Throwing everyone
Very
out there now.
close.
Close to Troy
Alamaki.
Stetcher,
Troy
51?
Stetcher,
Stetcher.
51.
Nobody wore 51.
Nope.
Hmm.
He's the first.
All right.
All right, next
We're gonna
question.
Fail. I'm going to fail at all
Yeah,
this,
it's okay.
so.
Next question. The Coyotes have 4 numbers retired / in the Ring of Honor. Which numbers are they, and who do they belong to?
Oh, okay. 19, Shane Doan,
Yes.
obviously. 7, Keith Kachuk.
Yep.
What was Teppo's number?
27?
27. Thank you. Blanking on that. And then Jeremy Roenick, 97.
Yes.
There it
Ding,
is.
ding, ding, Craig. Great job.
You can add number 10,
Bonus.
Howard Chuck,
Bonus.
Steen,
Wait.
18,
Okay,
or 25.
99.
Bonus. Name the 3 former Winnipeg Jets players also
There
in
it
the
is.
Ring.
Dale Howard Chuck, 10. Tomas
Tomas
Steen,
Steen.
25. Fuck, who would have been the third one?
Third Jets player.
And Gretzky, they retired his in 99.
Yeah, but
league
that
wide.
doesn't. That's league wide, so it doesn't count.
Is there anybody else? Teemu Solani?
Wait. No, they didn't.
He's part of
retire.
a famous hockey family.
Stan would be so mad at me right now.
It's not Dave Ellett, is it?
No.
it's-
I'm sorry, I don't know.
All right. Reveal the answers. Bobby Hull, number
Oh, yeah.
9. Close. Oh, the chat got it.
All right.
Damn it.
All right. Next question. Which number? This is multiple choice, so hopefully I tried to make it a little easier.
Oh, wow.
Which number has been worn the most in Coyotes history? And let me be clear, this is Coyotes, not Jets. So just Coyotes history. A, number 29, B, number 18, or C, number 21.
Buddy, this is just going to be a stab.
I mean, just guess.
You take one, I'll take another one.
Yeah.
I'm going to take
We'll both be wrong.
I'm going to take under 20. I'm going to take number 18.
All right, Craig?
I'm going to go with 21.
You're both wrong.
Oh,
Sorry.
I knew we'd both be wrong. That's awesome.
Number 29, 18 players have worn number 29. That is hilarious. So do the odds. Barrett Hayton currently wearing the number.
Yep.
Mario Kempe before. Brendan Perlini, Michael Stone, Lori Korpakowski, Brandon Press.
The Corpedo.
Yeah, I mean, the list goes on.
I love the Corpedo.
I'm a huge
I will
Corpedo
say
I
fan.
love Lori
a
Korpakowski.
lot of these guys wore the number like for one season. So this was a tough one. But
Great
yeah.
questions today.
But
We're getting smoked, Petey.
Is there more?
18 was very close. Yeah. So number 18, I wrote it down, had 16 players. So it was only 2 off, and 21 had 15. And there were a bunch more with
That's
16,
really neat.
et
These
cetera.
are great questions.
All right. Next question. This is the bonus. There are 13 numbers that have never been worn in
Wait.
Coyotes history.
13 numbers between 1 and 100, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
how high are we going?
Just name as many as you can.
Because there's a lot of high numbers.
And
And
I
that's
will
in Arizona?
Coyotes and Jets history.
Because Jets
just
99,
never.
Wolf Paymont. I know he wears a Jet.
Yeah, so this is Coyotes and Jets. I should be
Man.
specific.
It's got to be in the 70s that have never been
I
worn.
will give you a hint. Every number is above 50.
Yeah, because I remember doing that. You get to a certain point, and because I always tweet before the games, whatever number the game number is, and I assign it to a player, and then you get to a certain point, and there's
So
nobody.
even if you just name as many as you can, even if it's just one.
86.
It has been
Wojtek
worn.
Wolski?
Has been worn.
Was 86? Was it Wojtek Wolski 86?
I can tell you right now.
88 was Peter Mueller. 89 was Bodker. 90 was the Joey Junot.
Joy Junot.
No, bonjour.
Joy Junot.
I'm going to say 90,
Brady got one.
91?
98 is one.
91?
Shane just
Um,
got one.
What did he say?
74.
74. That's correct. That's also correct.
91?
91 has been worn.
Oh.
60, someone guessed. 60's
The
been
goalie.
worn.
Troitle.
58's
Where's
been
Listy?
worn.
Right, that's
but
right.
you guys, you're all in the right ballpark, everyone.
That's fine. You can put them up.
Okay, so here are the 13 numbers.
That have never been worn.
Never been worn. 56,
69. Nice.
59, 65, 66, 68, 69, 74, 80, 84,
80, you think would.
85,
96 and 98 too.
87, 96, 98. I know those two are
I don't mind
surprising.
87 either.
Yeah.
98.
Well,
huh.
There's
So,
opportunity.
66. No, I mean, that's Mario Lemieux. Like, that's, you'd think somebody, I guess the way you don't wear it because Mario Lemieux wore it.
And
maybe.
especially like the 90s, because a lot of players like wearing their birth years as their number. So
Yeah.
we're kind of in that era of players born in their 90s playing.
Yeah,
So
that's interesting. That was a
Although-
great question, Celia.
thank you.
Great
Wait,
job.
do we have a bonus? Or
No, that was
was
the
the
bonus.
bonus.
That was the bonus.
Okay.
So this has been Trivia Tuesday. Thank you all for your participation.
Yeah. Probably don't deserve applause.
No, you guys did pretty well. I don't think I could have gotten many of those at all. And your prize is a Polar Pop from Circle K.
Yes.
But you have to go get yourselves, which is fine because you can find a Polar Pop at any Circle K, and you can find a Circle K anywhere. I don't know. Yeah, this is PD's newest,
Yeah, PD's gonna have
newest
fun.
toy. But we're super excited because Circle K is is offering something new, and it is
What?
their Inner Circle app, which you can download
What
for
does it get
free. Or Inner Circle on the Circle K app. It gets you 25 cents per gallon on your saved on your first 5 fill-ups. You get every 6 free on a selection of Circle K products, pizza, coffee, ice cold fountain drinks. It's a new and free membership program. So just Download the
Just sign
Circle
up.
K
25
app
cents off my gas.
today. Join the Inner Circle Club for free. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. You can visit circlek.com for details.
DP loves himself some Polar Pop.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
Absolutely.
You do, don't you?
No,
also-
100%.
He also loves baked
Chris
goods.
said Howler
True.
wears number 96. Chris,
Look at
you are. Oh, and Brady. Sorry, I might have missed someone higher
how would
saying
Brady know that. All
it.
the
You
way out
are.
there in
You
Kansas
guys are
City.
correct. Oh, Charles, objection.
Oh, Charles.
Howler wears 96. Charles, that is a valid point, but for the sake of this, that is an asterisk. Howler wears 96.
Fair.
Anything else before we get out of here?
Nope.
What are we doing tomorrow? I don't even know what day it is.
We got
tomorrow.
Pete Jensen on the
Oh,
show
Pete
tomorrow.
Jensen on the
Talking
show.
fantasy.
Fantasy.
NHL.com fantasy.
Fantasy.
Yep.
I'm excited to hear what he thinks about
Thursday,
Logan
we have
Cooley's points.
Jason Zucker.
Yep.
Whew.
And
What a-
Friday
what a
we
week.
have the mystery show that we will
The
reveal
mystery show.
tomorrow.
So
Dun,
on the
dun,
mystery
dun.
show, will there be photographs?
Yes.
There will be.
Buddy,
Photographs.
can I bring one?
Yes.
The photograph, not the thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't
Yeah.
want to deal with that.
Yeah, exciting week ahead. Thank you again
When do
to
I get a
Sean
day off,
Durzi. Saturday. Thank you again to Sean Durzi for his time. Looking forward to getting to know him better over the course of the season. And as we mentioned, Pete Jensen on Wednesday, Jason Zucker on Thursday, and a surprise fun show on Friday. So stick around, subscribe to the PHNX Sports YouTube channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss when we go live. And if you like to listen on audio, be sure to follow, subscribe, and leave us a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can follow all of us on Twitter at SPetersHockey, at Leah Merrill, at Craig S. Morgan, at Sean_DePaz. Follow the show at PHNX_Coyotes. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, everybody. We will see you all tomorrow.